EU Roadmap to Business and Human Rights Conference took place on 11th of May 2016 in Amsterdam. After a day full of discussions, we asked participants and speakers what they took away from the conference.
My name is Gilles Goethart from the Dutch Foreign Ministry, and I hope that today will be the start of the EU becoming an international game changer on business and human rights.
Dominique Potier, je suis député français. Chaque génération a un devoir de vigilance, un devoir de résistance. Pour sauver le monde aujourd'hui, il faut l'humaniser.
I'm Richard Howitt, MEP, the European Parliament Rapporteur on Corporate Social Responsibility. I want to see mandatory due diligence in the forthcoming EU Action Plan on Corporate Social Responsibility. But an important test case comes now with EU final debate about the directive on conflict minerals, where due diligence can and should apply now to companies in order to combat war, conflict and violence in our world.
Yo soy Pablo Fajardo, abogado de 30.000 indígenas y campesinos de Ecuador, 30.000 indígenas y campesinos, 22 años buscando justicia y no encontramos acceso a la justicia, porque no hay un tratado que así nos permita.
My name is Arjen Boekelt and I work for Tony Chocolonely. We are a Dutch chocolate company and we're crazy about chocolate and serious about people. And we think that there should be, as soon as possible, law, international law in Europe, but also worldwide, to demand transparency, traceability and due diligence from all companies.
Hi, my name is Jeff Vogt. I'm the legal director for the International Trade Union Confederation here in Amsterdam, calling on businesses to undertake their responsibility, to conduct due diligence, and on governments to ensure that there is access to remedies for workers across global supply chains.
My name is Linda Kromjong. I'm the Secretary General of the International Organization of Employers. What for me is relevant in today's conference is that we need to focus on a lot of things, but if I have to prioritize, I would really say, make sure that we get national action plans in place in all countries across the world, but also make sure that we do not forget about including also the small and medium enterprise in the current debate on business and human rights.
Hi, I'm Gabi Quijano from Amnesty International, the International Secretariat. And I think after hearing all the panels in this conference on business and human rights, my conclusion is that we have collectively an enormous amount of research and assessments on what is needed, and we now really, after 5 years of the UN Guiding Principles, need to start seeing some concrete implementation by the EU and EU member states. Otherwise, civil society is truly tired of waiting for action.
Philip Gregor, Frank Bolt. Main takeaway from this conference for me is that we have achieved a lot by agreeing on the basic concepts and the United Nations guiding principles for business and human rights. But we need to do much more to realize them in practice, especially when it comes to the corporate responsibility to respect human rights. We need to consider all options that are on the table for supply chains where we need to develop standards, as well as for reforms of tort law to ensure basic accountability and liability of foreign companies.
My name is Mark Taylor. I'm with the FAFO Research Institute in Oslo, Norway. It's been a good conference. I think it's been interesting to see that at a time when human rights defenders around the world are under increasing pressure, including from businesses or their allies in government, that there's an increasing number of governments here in the EU who are willing to talk about regulation of these issues, also with respect to their activities abroad.